Welcome back to the program. Before we get to the phone lines, we just want to get up on the screen there the latest from the National Hurricane Center, and that is a projected path. Now they are formally issuing a projected path, but there is some uncertainty. But of importance, of course, is the timeline and the path, both, and we'll see if that changes. But for right now, that is what the National Hurricane Center is putting out there for this tropical depression number 13. Again, it's a tropical depression, and we'll have to keep monitoring it to see if that changes or if the path changes. Let's go back to the phone lines. Thanks for calling. Welcome to Bayou Time.
Yes, can you hear me?
Sure, very, very clearly.
Okay, I just calling to get some information. We plan on making a trip from, like, say, Homeless to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Okay.
And I was wondering, how safe will it be to be on the road?
Well, you're going to have to discuss. I don't know, because we have a very limited view of where this system is going. I have no idea if it's going to end up going all the way up to Tennessee or not. The only thing I can tell you is kind of monitor the National Hurricane Center and the Weather Center, to see what they're projecting this thing to do. Obviously, from a wind standpoint, it's not projected to get that strong, but again, it's not advisable if it gets up to a tropical storm to be, driving in that situation.
Oh, okay. Well, I sure do thank you. Okay?
Sure. Thank you.
You have a nice evening.
And thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your call. Want to give a couple of numbers out. A caller had just called in for the for Lafourche. If you want some info or you need to pass something on, you can always call the Emergency Operations Center, which is 537-7603, 537-7603. And in Terrebonne Parish, you can always call the Public Works Department, 873-6735, 873-6735, or the General Switchboard at 868-5050. Let's go back to the phone lines. Thanks for calling, and welcome to Bayou Time.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I was calling to see if y'all know anything about any school outages.
No, as far as we know, all schools are open. All schools are open. That's that's the knowledge that we have. Nobody has provided us with any information otherwise.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Thanks for calling. Welcome to Bayou Time.
Good evening, Jimmy.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good.
We got a national weather alert on HTV right now on the screen here.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You been spoiling that grandbaby?
Yes, indeed. I think me and everybody else.
Yeah, that's what grandpas are for.
There you go. Good.
I'm glad that the people at HTV aren't being too complacent. This is only, if it hits, it'll probably be a Category 1, maybe a tropical storm. Who knows?
Right.
And we had the shear, and we can thank God for that.
Sure.
But remember, the Irene, when it hit New Jersey, was probably a Category 1, maybe, if it wasn't a depression.
Right.
And it hit Maine and New York and all the flooding there.
And it dumped a lot of rain. Yeah.
Of course, it was a lot bigger system.
Right.
But
yeah, you make a good point, because especially if they stall or if they sit out there, it's just more and more. Those bands keep coming and dump so much more rain.
And one, like you said, I think it came around 3 times.
Yeah.
And it flooded bad down in the lower parts of our area.
Yes, it did. A lot of rain and a tidal event when it finally started moving toward shore.
Yeah. Well, we're fortunate that it looks like this storm, by that track, is going to be, a little west of Morgan City?
Yeah, I would think maybe even around Lafayette, looking at that path. Jason, can you get that up there again? Let's see if we can get the projected path up there, and I'll kind of look at, it looks to me, according to that path, it's actually right around Lafayette, or maybe even a little west of Lafayette.
Yes, sir. For your last caller, my suggestion would be to call the state police.
Yes, good idea.
And give them your starting time,
right,
and your destination, and ask them what what they think. If you're leaving away from the area, you're going to be leaving away from the bad weather.
Right.
You know, it would be coming back if you were wanting to come back during the storm. It would really be bad.
Right. If you're planning on making a quick trip like for Labor Day weekend and trying to come back, you're absolutely correct.
Right, and the state police will probably give an evacuation route and the best times. You know, it's still too far out for them to do it, but if they issue an evacuation notice, they're going to tell you when it's safe to travel. And, you know,
that's a good point. I would refer that caller as well. They can contact state police. I appreciate that information.
Yes, sir. You have a good
Sure.
time.
Thank you. Okay. What we need to do is we need to take a break, and then I guess we're going to start with our guest. So that's going to have to be the last call for the night. So don't go away. We'll be right back, and we'll be talking about an upcoming golf tournament.